cost you.
Yeah.
I got no money.
So, Robert, first and foremost, how do you feel about the victory?
I'm absolutely stoked. It was a tough fight, and I think it was a great debut into this sport against a wrestler, and yeah, I couldn't be more happy.
And especially since it was a tough winner against a tough winner, does that make you feel any better about the Smashes guys, that you guys are top dogs?
I think that's a two-part answer. It's just I'm absolutely elated that, you know, there's one winner and there can only be one. But no, that was definitely a highlight. But also the fact that he was a purebred wrestler, and that's how he won his matches. He harassed people with the wrestling, and yeah.
Can we just talk about your fighting style? That arm hanging down low and the one arm cocked and ready to go. It makes people nervous. Made me nervous.
It made me nervous, to be honest.
Does it?
Yeah, it was all part of a strategy, because I think everyone who's seen Colton Smith fight knows that he goes for that single and he goes for that wrestle. And having that left hand on my leg ensures that if I'm caught unawares for that double leg or single leg, I've got an underhook instantly. Plus, it's daunting trying to look here and here. But yeah, I definitely had to. It was almost suicide, and I wouldn't have done it if I was up against, you know, a purebred striker. But it was a strategy for us, a TriStar and my coach agreed with, and it did its job well.
And you also landed a lot of strikes while you were backing up. Is that something that you particularly drilled or something? Because it seemed like you were very effective even when moving backwards.
Definitely. I researched his fights. I saw his fights and I saw how he fights. He runs forward with the flurry to try and pressure people up against the cage and wrestle. And I'm a distance fighter. If you see me fight, I like ducking in and out. And not going forward too much ensured that he couldn't duck under my hits. And going back, I was just picking him apart.
It also seems that you're talking about your hand, keeping your hand low. It also seems during that fight that Colton was kind of out of his element. He struck much more than I think a lot of people thought. Was that kind of playing in your brain? Like, was that a little unexpected when you were in the octagon?
Definitely not. I knew that once the takedown was stopped the first few times, and the fact that I wasn't going straight back and getting pressured up against the cage, I was circling out and keeping him distance. And as well as when he came in, the few times I hit him, and he started to respect the power, and he was hesitant. And then I enforced my will on him, and I think he wasn't used to that. He's used to forcing himself on other people and harassing, and yeah, it just worked well. I hit him I rocked him multiple times throughout that fight, and I was doing a lot of damage, and I think if the ref didn't stop it, it could have got real dangerous, because I'm not the one to type to stop.
He did catch you at the end of the first round, though. What was going through your mind when you went down? You recovered pretty quickly?
Keeping my left hand glued to my leg it's kind of a suicide tactic. I was always kind of wary of that overhand, but I don't think I gave it the respect it deserved until I got hit with it. It didn't so much rattle me as just kind of shocked me, took me off balance a bit. But definitely going into that second, I was like, okay, it's there. I know it's there now. I know it's range, and I know it's power, to be honest. And that's not blackout power, but I'd rather not get hit.
This is your first time in Las Vegas, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Do you have any special plans now that you've won to enjoy the city?
This is the city of eating, and I'm going to go absolutely ballistic.
Well, the good thing is you probably know Ray Seffo, who will be a great guide for you. I've seen pictures of him this week with Mark Hunt. I know James Tahuna is here as well. All you guys coming from down under. Has that made the week any more enjoyable for you to have sort of, you know, your countrymen here with you?
Definitely. The fact that I have countrymen in the same card just enforces that we have a whole country behind us, and that's a huge support. When I was out there in the cage, I knew that there are a lot of my countrymen watching me back at home and just gluing themselves to that screen, and couldn't be more happy.